Well, it sounds like we're having poor sleep just because.
just because we're
anxious
moms, women. Yeah,
which is such a perimenopausal thing to say.
We scroll on our phones too much.
We're old.
It's not because we're old. It's just we got other bad habits going on.
But I do think bad habits are definitely more at play at this stage than.
As part of the pause, I would try because like I would. My goal was to get like at least, I think 7 hours and 20 minutes was like my goal. So I would.
Why'd you add the 20 minutes?
Because that's what my phone said or my watch says I need.
Okay. Welcome to the Bloom Era. Join Marie, Michelle, Vita, and Michelle, 4 lifelong friends, on our journey through perimenopause. We'll share our stories, insights, and laughter as we embrace this new stage of womanhood. Let's bloom together. Why am I so nervous?
Welcome to the Bloom Era podcast. We are the Bloom ladies, Vita, Shelly, Marie, Michelle, and we are talking about the pause challenge that we've created. And we did it about a month ago. I think we finished about a month ago. And it is us trying to get really good at certain habits that are going to take us through perimenopause, menopause, and just old age, and we'll be healthier and happier and moving. And so there's 7 habits that we wanted to be intentional about during the pause challenge. And one of those habits is sleep. Mm-hmm. And so Vita has got some information about sleep today.
Yeah. So what do you guys think, or why do you think sleep is important? Let's start with kind of what you know or what you think you know about sleep.
Yeah, I feel like it heals. In my mind, I think of sleep as this like restorative healing thing that I don't get.
Yeah,
it is true. It's almost like magic. You're like, I know something happens in my brain. I know things reset, but I don't know the science at all.
What about you?
I feel like it's the time when I'm not stressed about something or thinking about something.
You're
like,
asleep.
When I finally get to sleep, my brain is turned off.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's what the problem is. It takes me forever to figure out how to turn off that brain. So.
I with my smartwatch, it measures my stress all the time. And usually I get a sleep score every night, and is based on how long you sleep, how long you have deep sleep. But part of it is your stress. So if you say stress while you're sleeping, even if like last night, I slept for like 7.5 hours, but I got a bad sleep score because my stress stayed up all night.
Wow.
Because I'd been drinking alcohol. So if I drink alcohol, my stress stays up and I get bad sleep, even though I feel like it was fine. So that is I guess your stress level should go down while you're sleeping.
Yeah, I'm curious to know how they measure the stress level. Is it like your heart rate and stuff?
Heart rate variability.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So what I found on Google was that sleep is crucial for physical health, mental well-being, and overall quality of life. It helps with memory consolidation, which is kind of interesting, mood regulation, and immune function. So there's a big piece about the healing your body. Like sleep is so important to it allows you to rest to then heal whatever, maybe going on physically. I think I saw a quick little social media thing about how, like one of the big predictors of like cancer is like lack of sleep. Cause like, I guess while you sleep, there's like things that fight like they attack like the bad cells and whatnot. So
your autophagy, does that increase in your sleep?
I don't know what that means, but it basically was like when you sleep, your body fights bad cells.
Yeah. So autophagy is like you're eating your own bad cells. So that's how it cleans it out. So that's why a lot of people fast, because autophagy increases like when you fast. So it's like how your body cleans out bad cells.
Yeah.
So I guess that
more of the whole immune function. So I mean, thinking about sleep as healing your body within, like giving your body the time to heal itself, which makes sense because during like that pandemic, you remember how everybody stopped doing anything, and like the earth was like, oh, finally I get to breathe and like heal myself, like because our body is capable of really great things, but maybe we overwhelm it a bit too much.
Well, when we're sleeping, we're not doing all the other things that our body has to do. So it has the energy to focus on just the things it needs to do at that time, kind of thing. You're not focused on, the things that raise your metabolism, or I guess, the energy user zappers, and things like that. So it's got that energy to go after those things that need healing.
I love that about, I was going to say humans, but all creatures need the rest, and I think especially in society, we don't value rest. It's just go, be productive,
American society. Other cultures, I think, do more. Like you got siestas and things like that.
Yeah.
The Japanese,
but
I think,
it's very much about how productive are you? What are you accomplishing? And we don't put any value on. And sleep, of course, is how we get most of our rest. But I think just like rest in general is.
So yeah, that was another thing we noted. I guess on the research, like nap kind of time sleeping, naps are also included in that. So maybe you don't get like a full 8 hours at night because of your work schedule or whatever. But if you could try to sneak in like an hour or two nap, that kind of adds up, I guess.
Are y'all nappers?
I am not.
So I was a huge napper until I had children. And then like I would nap anywhere, everywhere, put me on a couch and I'm asleep. Like I love napping. My sister did cheerleading competitions, basketball games. I would sleep anywhere. And as soon as I had a child, I stopped napping. But I've started napping in the evenings a little bit, like, which is probably not the best time to nap. But I'll just like fall asleep on the couch like an old woman.
That's hilarious. I've never been a napper.
Never?
Not really.
Not like in college? Not. Oh, man.
I don't.
Like
college napping, yes. I think once I had kids, I stopped napping as much. But I would nap like in between classes in college all the time.
Law school, I napped all the time. I was such a napper.
I'm not a big napper until recently. I've taken more just because I just felt like I've been really tired. So I don't know. Again, I think Marie manifested menopause in me. Because I had not, or I didn't think I had any symptoms until she brought it up. Now I'm like, well, this is happening, this is happening. But so I've started napping more recently, but still not a lot. Yeah, there's nothing regular about it.
I've taken naps. Like there've been, and I think I had one recently. I'm not against naps. I just like my body doesn't really shut down per se. But I did take a nap recently, and I was like, that was beautiful. Like it was delicious. Like I really enjoyed it. So, but I don't know. I think I kind of buy into that. It feels guilty. Like I need to just get up. Like, I think my body does start to feel sleepy around like 3:00-ish. Like it would probably be a good time. My body wants to nap, but I'm like, let's stand up because
you won't allow yourself to take a nap?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like I'm like, I don't think I'm like consciously like, oh, don't nap, but I'm like, oh, you're getting sleepy. Don't do that. Like,
there's something that
needs to be done. Like,
so my husband's a napper, and the boys still nap, which is nice during the week.
So nice.
But like, or I guess during the weekends now that they're mostly in school. But once they nap, it's kind of like, oh, I get to like go online shopping. Like I'm doing like random stuff, so I don't shut down either. But like you said, it's time to do like, oh, I got to fold some laundry. Like, so it's same, but.
And maybe that's it. Cause I do want to nap most when Wilder is napping cause he's contact napping and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, oh, I should just like put him down. Or I mean, like I should
just snuggle with him.
And get a little, which maybe that's what happened that last scrumptious, delicious nap I had. I just like did that. But yeah, I think I always like, oh, this is optimized time. Like,
Yeah.
Is there a amount of time that is recommended that we get?
So it says we need between 7 and 9 hours of sleep, and this can include naps, like I had mentioned before. So I know typically everybody thinks like 8 hours, but I think there's been some studies that said that 8 hours is, or maybe you had mentioned it, Michelle, the study where it's like 8 hours is optimal. That's for men, and men need less sleep than women, is what I've heard. So I don't know. I guess I don't have anything to cite, but like, so women need more sleep in general than men. And so 7 to 9 hours, it kind of works. I mean, have you guys been experiencing any sleep issues where are you not getting your 7 to 9 hours? I mean, can you talk, and has it changed because we're like perimenopause now, or have you always had sleep issues?
I have not had sleep issues, and I feel like I need like 9 hours to feel well. I don't ever get that. And I don't think mine's perimenopause. I don't wake up in the middle of the night and can't go to sleep. I do have periods of anxiety. And that's when I can't like go to sleep. I do get insomnia every once in a while, but that's been for the last 15 years or so. So I'm not going to blame that on perimenopause either. But my issue is just bad sleep hygiene. I will scroll my phone before bed and stay up scrolling on my phone.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of us.
Does anybody put their phone away before they like? Does everybody go to bed with their phone?
No, I don't go. I don't go to bed with my phone
once I'm in the bed.
They're so uppity.
My phone's right next to me.
Why would you do that? You don't fall asleep scrolling on your phone and drop it in the middle of bed and wake up and look where it is.
I'm probably more like have Netflix on than my phone. I like so.
See, and I sleep better when my husband's not working an evening shift because we'll watch a TV show together or something, and then I can fall asleep to that. But when he's not there, I never turn on the TV. I just scroll my phone.
Yeah, I think the phone's going to keep you up longer than the TV. I think
absolutely.
Yeah.
I've always kind of struggled with sleeping, so I'll scroll my phone right up until I go to bed, but then I plug it in to lay down and try to go to sleep. But I have to have like optimal conditions. It has to be cool. It has to be really dark. I mean, I will put a blanket over the clock. So
you did that in high school, Shelley. I remember sleepovers at your house.
I mean, I used to tape something over the smoke detector, little red light. I mean,
you guys were roommates.
I was Shelley's roommate in college. I can testify.
It has to be black, dark, and it has to be cool.
You would have murdered me if I was your roommate.
Yeah, I could not sleep with the TV. It would not happen.
Yeah. Well, it's sleep. Not in the bedroom. We don't, that's like me falling asleep on the couch. But in the bedroom. But then like we co-sleep still and the boys are just in there. And my husband too, they like to have like a little bit of a light on. So we turn the light on in the bathroom and kind of like, I don't like it. I mean, I've gotten used to it, but I would prefer it to be pitch dark. But I don't have issues sleeping, so I can sleep through that.
I'm not as bad as I was with needing to like cover up every little colored sliver,
Yeah.
But yeah, I prefer it dark as possible. When I was in high school, I had in my, my mom's house, when I was a child, we put like cardboard on the windows.
I remember that.
Me too.
In your room.
So do you wake up easily too then?
Yeah. I feel like I don't get to the deep sleep state very well. And then it takes me forever to fall asleep. And then I always wake up before my alarm. And I don't know if it's an anxiety thing, because I hate the sound of alarm. Like that,
Another reason you would hate if we lived together, because my alarm goes off about more than once.
You snooze constantly for an hour.
Yeah,
I don't use a alarm clock.
You don't need it anymore?
No, I don't know. I think I hated the sound of alarm clocks. I was like, that is a horrible way to start your day. Like that's like, ew. And so then, I don't know. I think I read something that they were like, you don't actually need an alarm clock. Like you just tell yourself what time, like your body knows the time and it'll wake up. And I've never had like a legit, unless I've been like sick or like where my body's like, I'm not waking up. Like I've never had a problem getting up at a time that I'd
be scared to trust that. It'd be late to work.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like none of us are really having a ton of like sleep issues due to perimenopause. But if you were, it would be because like everything changes in hormones. I think particularly changes in your estrogen, your progesterone levels, common issues, which I don't think any of us are having right now because of perimenopause. It's just difficulty falling asleep, getting up frequently throughout the night, and then night sweats. Is anybody getting night sweats?
I've gotten them. I'm not like, I don't get them a lot, but I have had them. I don't know if it's menopause or some other thing. If I just got hot that night because the air didn't kick on, I don't know.
Yeah,
this is what you sound like at the beginning of perimenopause.
Yeah, no, I
were like we were not going through perimenopause.
Like I just got out of like
we're gonna look back and be like.
So,
but I heard so somebody in our group said that night sweats is one of her symptoms that she's experiencing. And I like, because I haven't had any, and my mom said she didn't have any kind of thermodynamic symptoms really. And apparently in that show we watched, that movie, the
M Factor.
The M Factor, I think they said that Asian women don't typically have the thermodynamic piece to the menopause. Like they're less.
Did you, when you were pregnant? Because I would wake up sweating when I was pregnant.
No, I never had. Did you, Vita, have any night sweats when you were pregnant?
I don't think so. Not that I remember.
Interesting. So, and of course, that's like another time your hormones are crazy. So, that might be a symptoms I'll have. But
it sounds like we're having poor sleep just because
we're anxious moms, women,
which is such a perimenopausal thing to say.
We scroll on our phones too much. It's not because we're old. It's just we got other bad habits going on.
But I do think bad habits are definitely more at play at this stage than.
As part of the pause, I would try because like I would. My goal was to get like at least I think 7 hours and 20 minutes was like my goal. So I would.
Why'd you add the 20 minutes?
Because that's what my phone said or my watch says I need.
Okay.
And it'll adjust like based on how active I was or how much sleep I got the other day. It'll say, actually, you need 8 hours tonight or you need a little less. So I think 7 hours, 50 minutes, whatever it was. I can't remember. But it gave me like an exact time. And I was like, this is what I need.
Have you guys, so what have you noticed when you don't get your 7 hours and 20 minutes and 13 seconds of sleep? I mean, how does it affect you?
Do you know, I don't know that it does. I think it's more mental. Like if I look and I mean, obviously if I get like 4 hours, I feel bad. Like I can tell, like I don't feel as good in the gym. But if it's like 7 hours, 8 hours, like I don't really notice that, or even 6.5.
7 hours, 13 minutes does not mess me up.
It does not. I am fine with that. I don't really notice, but I'll notice that I'll look at my device and I'll say like, oh, your sleep score is low. And I'm like, oh, I must be tired. But then I'm like, no, I can like push through.
Yeah.
I am very reliant on caffeine. I drink a lot of caffeine. So I don't know if that messes up my sleep or if that just, I don't know.
Caffeine doesn't affect me. I can have like a coffee at dinner and be
Because
fine.
you have
My
ADHD.
husband's like that. He
Is that
does a
ADHD?
nightly coffee.
I have coffee all day long. My husband has coffee all day long. My grandparents have coffee all day long. And I'm like, well, they're
Because
90 and
everyone
89. So.
has ADHD.
That's a
That's a-
meme.
so
is
my-
it? I mean, like, are you making fun of everybody having ADHD?
No. I'm saying,
okay.
well, I'm saying
so
specifically
I watch
coffee
all
not
these-
being.
all these all these like TikToks, and they're like I'm on ADHD TikTok apparently because I've watched a few of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have this. This is every one of them. I'm like, this is me. And then my husband and my 13-year-old laugh at me, and they're like, you just want to have something.
Well, that's the meme that I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
everybody has ADHD
But
now.
specifically, because I don't have any caffeine, doesn't bother me. I can drink it at 8 o'clock at night and still go to sleep. There's no noticeable discerning, like, because like Melissa, my sister, she's like, if I have coffee, and Bobby, my brother, if I have coffee after 4, they're like, I'll be wired all night. And I'm like, I've never experienced that. Like, and they say it's an ADHD brain.
Do you know what's
situation.
funny though? Like I might, whatever, diagnosed or not, but like I've noticed like learning coping mechanisms for people with ADHD helps me whether I have it or not. Like you told me about mirroring. I found this YouTube station where you can show somebody studying or cleaning their house, and I put that on, and it helps me get stuff done.
Yeah, body doubling. I don't know what
This is called body double, not mirror. I don't even know what it's called. I just know it works for me.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry, just to
Yeah,
hijack that a minute. But caffeine
wonder if
probably
that-
isn't
Yeah, I wonder if
bothering
that
you.
has if like different type. Like I'm sure sleep is so personal to like each individual has a different need for sleep, and like I wonder if how our brain works has to deal with that, and like, the effect on stimulants and downers. Like I was saying earlier, like I know alcohol affects my sleep. Like that's probably when alcohol and my phone are like my worst. But I think to get better sleep, those are the two things I should.
We just got a new bed yesterday.
Nice.
It's the adjustable
Oh, we have one of those.
thing. So
Like
because
a-
Matt's been complaining
Like an old
recently
person
that
bed.
Like where you can like
Yeah.
sit up in bed and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, we have that too.
Can you adjust your legs too?
Yep. And it massages them too. It's got massagers.
Ours does not massage. Wait, I hate like honestly, like after I had my surgery, it was nice because I would like raise my feet so like blood didn't pool or whatever. But other than that, I hate it. But Jeff was like, I need this because my feet get really swollen after work. But we never use it. We never go up. So
Well, Matt's been sleeping like recently on like an incline just because his back's been hurting.
Is yours separate?
Yeah, they're separate.
Oh, okay. I was like, because I can't sleep on an incline.
No, yeah. He'd been doing it like just by stuffing pillows.
But is
underneath
it not
him,
in the
so
middle? Like
there's a crack. It's two twin beds.
It's two
but
twin
they're on the
beds.
same headboard, so they're pushed together, so they can't.
But you
move
don't
apart.
fall in the crack.
Well, we've only had it one day, but not so far. We haven't fallen in the crack.
I feel like that would be inconvenient.
I could see it possibly, but
Fill me in long
But
term.
when we're sleeping, we're on different levels, so we're not going to the crack. You
Yeah.
know, we're staying
So
on
how's
our
that?
sides.
And
Yeah. So how'd you
was it
sleep
really
last
good
night?
sleep?
I thought it was good. It's a memory foam mattress because you can't use the traditional spring mattress; they won't bend. So no, I thought it was good. He said he didn't think he was inclined enough. So
How far does he want to go up? He
He's
wants to be like
he's gonna be
driving in his
sleeping on the-
car?
He's gonna be sleeping on the couch.
Well, he wasn't very far because it was again first night, so he was just trying to
He
get
was
the
just
lay of the
adjusting.
land.
Okay, I thought he
so
went to
he's
like the max. He's like, this is not enough.
no. And then it's also got like a thing goes like lumbar support. They can, you can put that up underneath there. It kind of just pushes at
Dang,
that spot.
fancy. I mean,
was.
what did you
I
spend
need to know.
$10,000 on this bed?
No, it was
we'll bleep it out.
It was
2,500.
Oh, that's not bad.
I
And
thought you said
49
25. I was
It
like,
was a
oh,
Black
25.
Friday sale.
Okay, that's not bad.
Black Friday sale.
yeah, I totally
Yes,
thought it was a $10,000
Oh, yeah,
bed.
so I was gonna
just
say.
gonna go with it. I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of money for a mattress.
Yeah.
So I'll keep you posted. But so far it seems nice.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I'll go back to that question and then we'll talk about like how to have better sleep. But
Okay.
do you notice if bad sleep kind of affects you negatively?
I do not think it affects me. I don't feel like that's where bad things are happening. I think it's like there's a million other factors before we get to
You
sleep.
know-
In my opinion, I could be very wrong. Like,
Yeah.
we think it's magical,
I'm gonna
but we don't give it enough.
step back because I was saying I didn't really, and this is now because my youngest child is 9. But I will say when my kids were little, and neither of them slept through the night till they were like 3 years old. So waking, like I was a different person for the first 3 years of each of my kids' life, and I was just tired and cranky all the time, and it was because I was constantly waking up, and I kind of forgot that until we got a puppy 4 years ago, and that puppy would wake up, and of course, like my husband was working nights then, so I had to take the puppy out every hour by myself. And I was so cranky. And I was like, this is how I felt. Like,
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm the same. I might be the same if I get 7 or 8 hours of sleep. I'm not the same if I'm
4 hours of sleep.
Or woke up if I
Yeah.
don't get constant sleep.
Yeah.
If I have to wake up a lot, I'm not the same.
Disturbed sleep, I think,
Disturbed
is the
sleep,
worst
yes.
kind of sleep.
Absolutely.
I would rather do 4 hours solid than 8 hours, and every 2 hours you're waking up. Ugh.
Absolutely.
That's like torture to me.
Yeah.
While they're sleeping through the night, then
Yeah, but so none of my kids, we've co-slept with all of them, so we've never had big, and I just roll over nurse.
But that was not, I was still not myself.
Yeah.
Like my kid, and I thought I was great because I was like, oh, I never have to get out of bed. They're always here. I can just nurse. But no, like it was, it's still disturbed. If
it's still disturbed. But it's like get up to let a puppy out. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I would just be ragey. I would legit
was.
think I'd be ragey. So,
Yeah. I don't think I noticed it too much like right away, like throughout the day. But by the end of the day, I start getting tired and cranky, and I'm just like telling the kids, just go away, So I'm kind of more just standoffish and wanting to sit and do nothing because I'm so tired.
Mm-hmm.
So during the day, I'm fine, and then it just hits me earlier, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the crash.
What about you, Vita?
I'm trying to think, like, my lifestyle recently. I mean, I feel like I get the amount of sleep I normally need to get. I mean, I'm not partying till 2 a.m. anymore, or whatever, and then having to wake up to do something the next morning. So there's very rare that I get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. I'm typically getting 7, 8. Actually, I'm probably typically getting 8 and 9 hours because the boys go to bed, and by that time, I just end up going to bed with them.
right.
So yeah, so I haven't noticed it because I feel like I'm getting sleep, but because I've got a really boring lifestyle. So
Which is going to
It's
keep you
healthy.
alive.
Exactly. It's keeping your brain healthy.
I think I just get really sleepy at 10. Like
But
it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
I will try like on a weekend to be like, let's, the boys are sleeping, let's watch a movie. And then I just pass out. So.
Right now, with it being dark at 5 o'clock,
Yeah.
I'm definitely tired by 10. I'm like, I should have went to bed 3 hours ago.
Yeah. So, and I normally get up at 7. So,
Is there a link? I think you said this to like not getting enough sleep and dementia. Is that something?
Somebody said that
I
one time.
don't know,
I was
but
like, I heard that.
it was linked to not getting enough sleep in cancer.
Cancer. That's what you said.
Because
Yeah.
your body, I guess, it doesn't have the time to get rid of the bad cells
Mhm.
as much as it needs.
Right.
But in terms of like, okay, so in what steps can you take to improve your
Mm.
sleep or support someone going through perimenopause? Like if you are having sleepy issues because of perimenopause or because of anything, some things that can help you sleep better is regular exercise. Actually, we talked about
Mhm.
this. It's kind of like it just
Mhm.
forces you to get tired. Your body's not going to want to sleep if it feels like it hasn't, if it's tired,
Right.
it hadn't used any energy. Maintaining a consistent sleep schedule and creating a relaxing bedtime routine.
Mm.
And then also sleeping environment, keeping the bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. So cool. I think your body temperature drops or something like that when you sleep. Oh, it's
like your head has to be colder than or something. There's some
couple
sort of like there's a
degrees.
there has to be like a difference between in temperature.
Have you guys seen those like cooling pads that you put on under your mattress?
Oh.
So we don't have one, but my husband's like looked into it for because he does shift work. So like I think he's better at like he'll do this. He's got a separate air conditioning. He keeps the room super cold while he sleeps when he's not with me. 'Cause if he sleeps during the day, like he keeps it pitch black. He's got blackout curtains and cardboard and everything on that window. And so I think
He's Shelley in 1997.
but not when he's with me because he's. I don't know.
because you need other stuff.
I don't know what I need. I don't have. I would probably sleep much better. I just just kind of roll with it. But yeah, like I think like there's something to being cold, and he always has to have the fan on, and I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, apparently I've been hearing a lot about that. Like it has to be colder. Your body has to get to a colder point where you fall asleep, to the point where somebody get the advice had given. Like I take hot showers kind of before bed a lot.
Yeah.
They're saying like
you
raise your body temperature up. So it's almost like if you want to take a hot shower, do it like an hour before your bedtime. Like don't do it right before bedtime.
Yeah.
Because it just takes a second for your body to come down from the hot shower and then to get down to where it needs to fall asleep.
Oh, that's interesting. Because I thought about like, if you get a sauna always relaxes me. And I'm like, you just go sleep after that. But I guess it's not as quality.
You can. You just kind of like
make sure your body cools down first.
And then it says avoid caffeine and then heavy meals before bedtime. But apparently some of us don't need to avoid caffeine.
But heavy meals is a thing. And I do notice that like because your body, like I think your digestion slows down overnight too. So you need to have like, and then if you ever monitor your blood glucose, if you eat too close to bed and you don't give it time to digest while you're still moving and using it, then it'll stay elevated all night.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, before I fall asleep, my brain's always just whirling and I'm thinking about everything that's going on. And I did notice when I started working out regularly, because I know you said working out, I would fall asleep faster.
Yeah.
So that, I guess my brain was just so tired from the working out and the exercising and all of that, that it was like, okay, I'm done thinking about stuff. So it would shut off. So
I've also heard like getting natural light into your eyes, like right when you wake, like let your, because we're so inside so much, especially in the winter, like your body needs to be in tune with what is actually going on outside.
That works so well. Wilder's sleep got so messed up. He kept taking like long, naps closer and closer to bedtime until like he was like, oh, I'm going to nap at 8 o'clock and then wake up at 11. And hey, you know what I mean? Like, so he was getting so wonky. And then, you know, we don't have school and things like that. So it's very easy for our sleep schedule to get wonky. Anyways, I was like, hey, mofo, you are going outside. So like, I would wait, even though he was still sleeping, I woke him up and took him outside. He was like, I do not want to be out here.
Yeah.
You know,
it's cold.
Yeah, it's cold. Yeah. And you know, but I was like, no, you're getting some blue light in your eyeballs. And it worked like immediately like that. It was like his circadian, matches your, and so I will 100% testify that I believe that. I believe it.
You don't necessarily need to go outside, right? You can like stand near a window or something.
I know. I've heard, and it's like I'm big on wearing sunglasses too. Like I always have sunglasses on if I'm outside, and I've been trying to like at least like the first like 5 minutes of my drive in the morning not to put sunglasses on, because I've heard like I don't know how true that is. But
I mean, Huberman Lab is where I think a lot of this theory originated pop culture wise. And he's like, no, it needs to be legit outdoor sunlight.
Oh, and not just through a window.
Not through. Yeah, he's like the window somehow like takes some of the blue out.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is either. Yeah, but I've heard of it as well.
He's pretty intense. I feel like we'll be okay if we look outside. But I was like, okay, Andrew Huberman, I'll follow your way.
Fix my baby.
Yeah, fix the baby. Like he's all pissed.
Do you have any other good tips? I guess you guys talked about like just good, like getting rid of your phones and distractions is another thing.
Yeah, we do the fan. You mentioned the fan, and that is because it's a solid noise and it covers up the not solid noises. So like the creaking in the house.
Yeah,
so
it's not like a random.
Yeah, so you don't just get that random noise that you're like,
I've heard
flipping out about. So it's
not
solid.
White noise isn't as good for your brain to relax, but they call it brown noise. I don't know the difference. But
I think
I saw something about it and I Googled it, but I totally forgot. But I know what you're talking about too.
I heard it. It's got to be true.
Is that, I heard this also, like that in offices they're putting in, and I don't know if it was brown noise is what they're talking about, but apparently, have y'all heard that? Like in offices, they like they put little speakers everywhere so that they can send out brown noise unless it's another color noise that I don't know about. But apparently it helps like get rid of kind of those creaky noises. Or
well, we have an open office concept. So they have a lot of white noise to supposed to like help you not have to like tune into everybody else's conversation.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work. I mean, unless it's not on. I don't know. But like I'll be in a meeting and I could hear like and people through my headset can hear other people's conversations, but it's supposed to like dampen all that. Like just kind of like blend everything in so it's not so clear, but I don't think it works.
Right.
But,
or you're nosy.
Oh yeah, I am nosy.
Because it wouldn't work for me.
It's like even at a restaurant, it's like, stop trying to talk to me. I'm trying to listen to what's going on at this table.
Yeah, my husband, like, he's like, I hear the words. I could like tune into a conversation all the way across the restaurant. And I just be like,
Exactly.
And he'd be like, what are you listening to? And I'm like, just let them finish.
And your daughter's trying to talk and you're like, hang on a second. Like, I need to listen to this.
Yeah. So,
but I guess that's true. Like if our brain is always like wired and looking for all these sounds, it's probably like
good to have some sort of
sleep.
Yeah.
So that's the time.
That's why we started the fan. I started when I lived by myself because I didn't want to hear the random creaks and think somebody coming to murder me. So I just did that. I'm like, I don't want to hear them. If they're coming to murder me, I don't want to know about it. So, and usually at the time I had a cat at the time, so it was usually the cat doing something crazy. But I just didn't want those kind of random noises. So the fan just kind of drowned all that out, and it was a constant noise, like even like just the ticking of a clock because it's start stop. You know, so I need something that's just a constant sound.
Yeah, that's like I said, my husband runs that little air conditioning that's like his white noise, and he can sleep. Like the kids will be loud. You guys have had your kids over here, and I was like, oh, did that? He's like, no. He's like, if I have that on, nothing wakes me up. So.
I mean, we had like all the kids. Like it wasn't even just like
but he didn't wake it up at all. Yeah,
gosh, I would have been like you said, like waking up, sleep, waking up. I would have been like all angry and irritable.
No.
So true.
But yeah, sleep is important. I guess to summarize the whole episode, sleep's important for kind of physical health, mental health, and I think really important for your immune health.
Yes.
We'll probably need to look into that a little bit more, but I mean.
Why do you think we know how much we need good sleep, but it's like we have these habits, or maybe it's just me and Marie. Like, I just can't, there's something mental. And I was much better during the challenge. So maybe it's time to do a new challenge, because I have these bad habits that I know affect my sleep, and I just can't stop. Like,
same reason people don't exercise when they know they should, or eat right when they know they should. I mean,
why are we talking about
better? The temptations look better, because it's instant gratification versus the things from the sleep that you're going to get are
you got to
possibly down the road.
So I think just reminding yourself how important it is, and how like it's not the instant gratification that's going to pay off in the long run is what I have to keep doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like your exercise, how you kind of want to prepare yourself for 20 years down the road. I mean, think of sleep similarly, because it may protect you. I mean, from cancer.
Yeah.
So, or
and just cleaning your.
Yeah. Because for like exercise, I'm like, oh, it's just a habit. You just have to do it even if you don't feel like it. But for like sleep, which is like probably arguably more important to your health, I can't. Like, I don't have that same discipline. And so it's very, All right, guys.
Go to bed.
Gonna go. Don't tell my husband, because he'll hold me to it. But I'm gonna stop scrolling on my phone this long.
Yay!
I'm not.
Maria.
Well, just try not taking your phone to the bed. Like, once you've decided,
I want to.
I know.
Where do you charge your phone?
Next to my bed.
Okay, move it to the bathroom. I heard that.
You know what's funny? So
Somebody
I don't
did that.
like my kids. I'm very like, no devices upstairs. They all have to be charged in the kitchen, but not me.
Rule breaker.
No, I'll let
Maybe have you guys seen those Hatch alarm clocks? They're on Black Friday. They're very expensive, but they're on Black Friday special. But it's supposed to, like you said, you hate alarm clocks, so it's natural light. And what's that,
like
natural?
bird noises? Like,
I don't know.
Like
I
a
don't know if it makes
gentle
noises,
awakening.
But yeah, so like however you tell it what time you want to wake up. So before that, it starts like putting this light. It's supposed to gently wake you up.
I think it's fun. So this is just rant. I do love sleep. I love dreams. I am like super into like all of it's like us processing and like the universe telling us stuff. But one thing I always thought was funny was like your body. Have you guys ever had like your something's trying to wake you up, an alarm clock, a song, whatever, and it's like it gets integrated into your dream
All the time.
Yeah.
right? Like, and do you know what I'm talking about? Like, but like that's like your body is like it knows sleep is so important. It's like I would rather than you wake up, like I'm going to integrate this so you stay asleep, so you don't. So I'm like, but your body knows you need to stay asleep, and it'll like do weird crap like your dad starts singing Backstreet Boys to you to keep you there, like, but then of course we do wake up, but I just like I've always thought that's neat, like, oh, like your body knows you want, and it'll do as much as it can until you
make sure you get
it.
I like that as part of this challenge, like we talk about nutrition, we talk about exercise and movement, but like sleep is just as important, and like getting that rest is just so I love that it's something we're focusing on. And I think it's easy, at least for me personally, like it's one where it's easy for me to be like, oh, it's fine. Like you sleep, but like, oh, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I've never been that, because I do need my sleep, but I've never like prioritized my sleep like intentionally. So.
In the same way you've done other things. But yeah, I think it is. I think it's hard culturally, because I do like what we were talking about, nap times, and like even I don't remember what they call it, but there's like moms will stay up too late because it's time that's to yourself. Like it's a dead time of the day. And I forget what I wish I could remember. Like
revenge scrolling. I don't know.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Like when you're mad that you had to give up all
the
your
other
time.
day.
It's true, because sometimes I'm like, this is the only time I have to like scroll mindlessly, and I want to scroll mindlessly, so I'm going to do it.
So there's a bit of that element at play. But I think culturally we don't get told like that sleep is important, and it's like I'll just wake up early or what, like get everything done, wake up earlier. And it's like, well, it's just a little backwards.
Yeah. And I think as you age, like your body really fights that more. Like when I was younger, I would pull all-nighters, like, because that's just what I did. So I would definitely stay up all night and take a test the next day. And like, there's no way I could do that now.
Right.
So.
Right. It's horrible to try.
I probably shouldn't have done it then. Like you said, it affects your memory. So I'm sure that was not the best for long-term memory.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just like with those tests, it was like just kind of quit and go to bed and rest. It was the best thing to.
It was way better than going in exhausted. Yeah.
I think if we could talk to ourselves the way we would talk to our kids, like you would never let your kids stay up all night, like, no, go to sleep, or, like, you know it's important for them. You can see the difference in them if they don't get enough sleep.
Oh, yeah.
But like it's harder to tell yourself that. So,
but we're all angry toddlers. Like when we're like, Wilder, you need to sleep. Like go take a nap. No.
Yeah.
No, I want to fix this, whatever. And you're just like, no, I see you're not a good person right now.
Yeah, that's how I know when the boys need a nap.
Yes.
I'm like, you're mean. Like, you're normally not a mean kid, but you're mean. I think you need a nap.
You're just
Absolutely.
sleepy. And I'm sure that happens to us too. We just don't see it. And we don't give ourselves the same grace we give our kids. We're like, oh, you're just tired. Go rest.
Yeah, you're tired.
I know.
No, I'm not. It's like, that's what I thought.
I love
awesome. Well, thanks,
Vita.
Vita.
Thank you, Vita. Good.